ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Dear friends, welcome back to the study of the Bhagavad Gita, and we were in the thick of the concept of what is Karma Yoga. We have covered 33 shlokas, and we had also partially covered the 34th shloka. The 34th and the 35th shloka is a conclusion of this discussion. What is this discussion? He says that, look, we are all victims of our past karma. Sadrisham cheshtate swasva Prakritir jnanavanapi Prakritim yanti bhutani nigraham kim karishyati. What is the essence of this shloka? He is concluding it. Concluding what? With previous shlokas, that we are born as we are born, in the circumstances in which we are born, the time and place which we are born. We have selected our own parents because of our karma phala, which is now phalonmukh, is a process of yielding results. That is known as prarabdha karma. Prakriti shabda here is denoting prarabdha karma. To sum up the shloka is that, look, we are totally victim of our past karmas. All these instructions that we read in the scriptures to discipline ourselves, to restrain ourselves, to guide ourselves, all those have no meaning because the force of our past habit is so strong that these words of disciplining, restraining has no hold on me. I am totally a victim of my past. This is what he concludes. Now, generally speaking, when we hear Sri Krishna is saying so, immediately our first reaction will be, then what do we do? Why do we make any effort? If you are totally a victim of our past karmas, then the question of human effort does not arise. The question of following the injunctions of scriptures does not arise. Why should I? If I know I will not succeed, why should I make an effort to succeed? Because he has highlighted it so strongly that I am totally demotivated. But that is not the intention of Krishna, Sri Krishna. What is his intention? He is creating such a picture for you of total despondency. Why? From the depth of that despondency, he will show you a light. This is how you can come out of it. What is that? Let me tell you beforehand, before I read the shloka. it will be more readily understood. The shloka will be more readily and clearly understood. We humans, it is in our nature, it's a built-in faculty in this human mechanism. What is that? Willpower. I have 4 faculties: rationality, emotionality, ingenuity, and willpower. That is an inborn faculty built in a human system. But that human is a victim of his past karmas. But rationality, emotionality, ingenuity, and willpower are inborn faculties of this human mechanism. He has created a sense of total despair and despondency that we are all victims of our past karma. Good enough? So let us stop reading the Gita then. We are slaves and victims. We have no chance, no opportunity. So what's the use? I am or anybody will be totally demotivated. And it is the purpose of Sri Krishna to build that feeling, so that when he says you have that faculty of willpower in you, which will help you to go beyond this despondency, grow beyond this despondency, and you again wake up. The 34th shloka, which is the subject matter of our discussion for two or three sessions probably, because it is very important. I have now created a picture, as Sri Krishna wants, of utter despair and despondency, a helplessness that I can't do anything because I am a victim of my prarabdha or my past karma phala. Where do I go from here? Now listen to what Sri Krishna has to say to show you a light at the end of the dark tunnel. Indriyasya arthe raga dvesha vyavastito. Let us stop here and break the first line into 2 halves. Indriyasya arthe. That's it. Artha means Vishaya. Indriya is my sense organs. The sense organ of vision, sense organ of hearing, the sense organ of smelling, the sense organ of touching and tasting. Chakshu, karna, nasha, jihva, tvacha. Taste and touch. And each one has its object. What is the object of my visionary organ? The form. You have a form. The chair has a form. The floor has a form. The carpet has a form. The table has a form. The book has a form. I have a form. It is all recognizable, experienceable by the sense organ known as organ of vision through your eyes, the seat of the organ. Organ is different. This is the seat of the organ. Similarly, seat of the organ of sound is the ear. Each organ has an object. Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Gandha, Sparsha. Rupa is form, Rasa is taste, Rupa, Rasa, Shabda is hearing, Gandha is smelling, and sparsha is touching. Indriyasya arthe. Arthe means object, vishaye. They have natural, spontaneous flow to go after their objects. I am a living entity, my all organs are functioning, I hear, my ears go there, my eyes go there, my nostrils go there, my touch goes there, and my taste goes there. They all run after their objects. And what happens? The interaction after this, my eyes meet the object of my vision. The sense organ of vision meets its object of vision, and then, because of my prarabdha, I develop a liking and a disliking. And because of my prarabdha, this is an absolute innocent activity. My eyes are done such a way, are created in such a way that I will see if my vision is not impaired, if my sense organ is not impaired. But what happens? Because of my prarabdha, past karmas, immediately after seeing, I react with either loving attachment or hating aversion. Raga, dvesha, vyavastito. This is spontaneous. And behind the spontaneity is that force which has enslaved me. Please try to analyze it very, very subtly and critically. I am seeing at an object. I see it as absolutely innocent, untarnished, unpolluted, unadulterated. And my prarabdha, my past activities, comes in the play. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. And you get attached to it. Oh, it's bad. It's horrible. You get averse to it. This spontaneously happens. Why? Because of my previous prarabdha of liking and disliking. Indriyasya arthe means vishaye, raga, dvesha, vyavastito. This is the spontaneous eventuality. It is spontaneous effect that it is a victim of raga and dvesha. And because of that raga, dvesha, reactions take place in me, and my whole behavior pattern, thinking pattern, emotional pattern is clouded and colored by these emotions. Raga, dvesha, vyavastito. Now, if this is so, how do I come out of it? Don't forget, you have a free will. Don't forget, you have that ingenuity. Kartum, akartum, annatha kartum va shakyam. You have that option of doing it, of not doing it, or doing it the way I want to do it. You have these two faculties. You have rationality. You have emotionality. They are a product of your human life. So what you have today is tvayor na vashamagachet. Vashamagachet is the operative clause. Underline it in your mind. Don't be a victim of this spontaneity. Vasham na agachet. Vidhiling. Agachet means you are not supposed to victimize yourself to that. You are not supposed to. Why? You have a free will, you have an ingenuity, you have rationality, you have emotionality. Why? I am desirous of reaching the state of Jivana Mukti. Nirvikalpa Samadhivan Purusha. I want to reach that state. I am told, if you want to reach that state, you follow certain disciplines of your life. What are those disciplines? 4 principal disciplines: Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhamadi, Satsampatti, and Mumukshatya. That's the first. Viveka is discrimination. Discrimination between what? That which is real, eternal, and that which is not real, not eternal, but appears to be real and eternal. Discriminate between reality and what it appears to be real but not real. That is discriminative faculty. A. B is Vairagya. Ihamutra phalabhoga viraga. I am, because I am totally interested in reaching that goal, therefore I have no right, I have no freedom to dissipate my energy elsewhere. So all the benefits, the profits, the joys and pleasures that the world offers me through my 5 sense organs and bodily comforts, I have no time for it. I am busy elsewhere. I have no time. I have no space in me for any other desire, but one desire, to be one with my Maker. This is Vairagya. Samadhamadi Shat Sampatti. 6 disciplines. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Shraddha, Samadhan. 6 of them. What are these? Shama. You try to control the external movement of your nature. What is that? What is that control? I am seeing that chair. If I stop there, the name is the chair, the form is like that, the utilitarian value is this, and it has several qualities: hardness, stability, color, shape, size, form, and etc. And I stop there. And it is real to me. Now, what is the control part of it? Over and above, I focus my attention on its existence. It is. It may break down and it may not be a chair, it may be broken into pieces. But the isness of those pieces are in those pieces, not in that rupa of a chair, form of a chair. Isness is there. So, what I do is, I cultivate within myself the awareness of the 5th dimension. What is that 5th dimension? Pure and simple existence, Satta. Satta of Satchidananda Sarupata. Damaha, self-disciplining. Uparati. Don't focus on these 4 dimensions. focus on the fifth. My Ishtadev, my Lord God of the universe, Sakshat Mahamayi, Sakshat Prakriti, Sakshat Purusha, Shiva, whatever it is, he or she is everywhere. And apart from the fourth dimension, I always control. Don't stop there. Think of the divine everywhere. Practice the presence of the divine everywhere. This is Uparati. That is, I am prone to get attached to the world. I withdraw that, and in that proneness, I add the fifth dimension of seeing my beloved God everywhere. Titiksha. While you live in this world, you will go through various types of experiences. Life, according to Swamiji's description, life is nothing else but an unending chain of experiences. What is the purpose of life? It's a very beautiful incident. Let me say, then I'll quote the incident. What is the purpose of life? To profit yourself from these experiences, not to weep and wail or not to jump and dance. You profit yourself. What is that profit quotient? That profit quotient is to see the divine everywhere. Titiksha is that discipline. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. Uncalled for, unexpected, somebody comes and insults you. Because his cause of irritation lies elsewhere, he pours his irritation out on you and he insults you. You will feel hurt, obviously, you have done no wrong. If you are not careful, your instinct will violently react. You are diverging, you're wasting your energy on nothing profitable. Therefore, don't lose your cool, absorb it. Sahanam sarva dukkhana. Absorb it. Now, I absorb because I know if I return back to you, you will give me a big hit. You are stronger than me. That may be the reason of my not reacting. No, that type of non-reaction is not required. That is paradharma. Swadharma is you react and face the consequences. Let the fight go on. But you are dedicated to a greater cause. You have no time to waste. You have no energy to dissipate. So, you keep your cool. You don't react. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikara purvakam. Without taking any corrective or reactional method. And don't ever lament why it should happen to me. It is in nature, it is a part of your prarabdha, it has happened. Don't lose your cool, don't waste your time, don't dissipate your energy. When all the different experience of the world hammers away at you. Titiksha, Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Though you have not experienced it, but it is being said by your guru, by your acharya, by the scriptures. This is the goal of human life. Jivana mukti sukha prapti hetave janma dharanam. This is your goal of life. If that is your goal of life, have full faith in it till that imaginary situation becomes a realization to you. What is imagination today, by constant practicing and awareness, saturates your whole being and becomes a realization tomorrow. Shraddha is a stepping stone to that realization. Guru Vedanta Bhakyeshu Ativa Vishwasha is Shraddha. Guru Bhakyeshu and Vedanta Bhakyeshu. Whatever Guru has told you, whatever Vedanta has taught you, have an unshakable, unflinching, infallible faith. And that is the goal of my life. And that will lead to total saturation, samadhi or samadhan. What you think, so you become. Your thinking, like a drop of sugar crystal, is melting in water, and the tasteless water is becoming sweeter and sweeter and sweeter with addition of crystals of sugar. A time comes when the water is totally saturated and is unable to absorb any sugar. That is the point of total saturation, and then there's another point as supersaturation. Supersaturated solution of sugar. What does it mean? You boil it, you increase its molecular space, and sugar is absorbed. And when you leave it alone overnight, you find sugar has formed into pure crystals on a thread. That is Vijnani's avastha, Jivan Mukta avastha. It is pure crystal all the time, nothing else, and you are saturated. That is samadhan. So, dear, these are the disciplines that has been said. Now, he says here, Sri Krishna says here, Tvayor na basham agachet. Don't be a victim to the spontaneity of your reaction. That spontaneity of a reaction is a product of your past karma. To stop that spontaneity, you need your willpower, you need your ingenuity, you need your emotion, you need your rationality. Why you need all that? To protect yourself from this spontaneous interaction with the world, with love and aversion, with attachment, loving attachment and hating aversion. Why? Because that is the biggest obstacle in your path. Because although those two, raga and dvesha, attachment and aversion, is the worst obstacle or enemy to your goal. This is the secret of sadhana. That I live in this world, I am common, I don't blind my eyes, I don't put hot lead in my ears, I don't cut off my nose. I keep all my indriyas in the brightest possible shape. Not a victim of tamaguna, not a victim of rajaguna, but satya adhika rajatama, where sattvic is 90% and the other are 5%. What do? You try to see the divine everywhere. That is what iti mukha is all about. Iti. When it is say neti, it means iti na. It is not so, it is not so, it is not so. It is this. Iti means it is this. So, dear, now Sri Krishna has prepared that state of despondency when he says that there is no way out of your prarabdha. Prakriti cheshtate swasya karmanapti. Prakriti cheshtate swasvat sadrisham karmanapti. Jnanavanapi. That is what he says. And then he says, Nigram kim karishyati. All these words of advice will not be able to hold you in your place. You will be blown away. You will be a victim of your own old habits. Now he creates that desperate despondency situation to give you a cheer of your life that everything is not lost. Your willpower, your ingenuity, your management of your own faculties will see you through, can see you through, provided you follow these instructions. What are those instructions? In this living world as I live, that my indriyas, 5 sense organs, will go out to interact with their 5 objects. And because of my prarabdha, I will react either with raga, loving attachment, or dvesha, hateful rejection, aversion. That is spontaneous. You can't stop that. As it is. But remember, you are a human. You have those 4 faculties. Use those 4 faculties rationally, emotionally, ingeniously, and with your willpower. I will not. That is the counterbalance to erode the force of your past habit of prarabdha, karma phala. I will not. Let me die. As Buddha said, Ihasane shushatu me shariram tvagasti mansham parishasya jate aprapya bodhi bahukalpa durlabham sthiram ashanam atah nachanishe. He made this promise to himself, substantiated by his willpower, his ingenuity, his emotional attachment to the goal, and his rationality. The whole world is transitory. I would like to go beyond that. So what does he say? In this seat of mine, asana of mine, I sit here with this determination. Let my skin, my flesh, my bone, my blood and everything, let it evaporate into thin air. I am not going to think of it anymore. Aprapya bodhi bahukalpa durlabham. Without achieving that bodhitva, that bodha swarupata, that identity, tat jat atma vida viduhu, what you read in the Mundaka yesterday. Tat jat atma vida viduhu. Till I appreciate that, experience that, I am not going to move from this asana of mine. That is the willpower, that is the determination. Tasya na vasham agatsit. Please, 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 don't now be a victim of your prarabdha. Create a new samskara to live in God, to live with God, to do so by the blessings of God in your lifetime. Nothing but God in your life. That is the positive aspect of your sadhana. Don't think sadhana is negation. Sadhana is an assertion of positive aspect of your true original nature. Tayor navashamagachet. This is vidilagachet. Never submit to that. Why? Tayu hiyasya paripantino. He says that. But how do I perform that? He says, perform with the best of your efforts. That is your sadhana. I am not stop what my indriyas shows me. Intellectually, emotionally, ingeniously, and with my willpower, I'll cultivate in me the habit of being one with the divine who is everywhere. This is the sadhana, iti mukha sadhana of our lives. That is how we positively build up our spiritual life. So let me read this shloka again. Indriyasyarthe raga dvesha vyavastito tvayor navashamagachet. For heaven's sake, don't make yourself a victim of that. Keep your cool. And when you keep your cool, add the fifth dimension to the fourth. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Artha, Kriyakaritna, and Satta, Astitva, existence. Keep your cool to inject that fifth dimension in your understanding. Tayor namashamagachet. Don't be carried away by raga and dvesha, which is a product of your prarabdha. Let us move to the 35th shloka now. And with that, this section will end. Swadharma, Sriyan Swadharmo Bigunaha, Paradharmat Swa Anushtitat, Swadharme Nidhanam Sriya, Paradharma Bhayabaha. With this chapter, this section of the thought processes comes to an end. Now we can say, sir, you are telling us to perform it in this manner. And I fail to do it. Let me give you a better example. You, me, and everybody. All of us have our sense of duty. And that sense of duty is the motivator. That makes us work. And that sense of duty is inbuilt in me. By my birth, by my upbringing, by my education, contributed by my prarabdha also. Because prarabdha is good, bad and indifferent, everything mixed up together. So, this is what I am. The teacher says here, however unpleasant it may appear to be, however difficult it may appear to be, however horrible it may appear to be, however unpleasant it may appear to be, try to follow the instinctive approach. This is my duty. I will do so. While doing, you may fail. Why? Ragadvesha vyavastito. Your prarabdha is there to disturb you between your likes and your dislikes. And your duty says, I will do it as a worship to God. That is what you have decided as a karma yogi. Whatever my duty may be, swadharma, I have decided this is my duty. Ethically, morally correct, approved by the scriptures. I have decided that this is my duty. Good enough, I perform my duty. And I make mistakes. I forget. I become a victim of my past. So, my performance is partly faulty, partly perfect. He says, Swadharma Biguna Sriyan. What you know as your Swadharma, in the process of practicing it, if you fail, if you make mistakes, if you make blunders, even then, it is better than trying to perform your duties perfectly, correctly, excellently, thoroughly. Better than paradharma swanushtita. That is paradharma, that is I am a grihastha. Oh, it is very troublesome. It is better to be a sannyasi. But you are a grihastha because of your prarabdha. Make use of your willpower through this prarabdha by your constant effort to do it correctly, thoroughly, perfectly, excellently. Thereby you are creating a positive habit. Though it is full of faults and errors and failures, but don't be attracted to doing nothing, of height of irresponsibility. If you are not induced by your willpower, by your reasoning, by your emotion, by your ingenuity, if you are convinced this is my Swadharma, then you become a Vividishu monk. What is a Vividishu monk? Vividishu monk is, he has not reached the goal, but he has a clear understanding of what the goal is. And we realize the goal, he becomes a Vidvat Sannyasi. He knows what he is saying, what he is doing, what he is feeling. Sriyan Swadharma Biguna. Try to perform your duties of life in the best possible manner. Even if you fail, don't lose heart. Try to do it over and over and over again. Create a force of habit of perfectionist. It is much better than hypocritically doing something which is pleasant for you, but not your duty which you know. But if you know that sannyasa is my duty, because I want to reach there, where it cannot reach me there. Therefore, I would prefer this profession, as after your graduation, you decide what should be your profession and you specialize on it. In this life of yours, you are born with your prarabdha and your four faculties, and you take a decision. You have every right to change the decision midway. Nobody is born a Swami. They make themselves a Swami. How? By fighting against their prarabdha. He says, fight against your prarabdha. Continue to do your sadharma which you have chosen as of now, whether it is grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, immaterial. You make up your mind. Going through the process, you'll purify yourself further, and slowly, you will be able to go beyond that and be as cool as a cucumber and instill in yourself the unshakable habit of seeing God everywhere. Swadharme nidhanam sneha. It is better to die in this effort than to be a hypocrite and do things that is not due to you. That's not your own sadhana. So, dears, he makes it amply clear that sadhana is a fight for something which you have to achieve, and it is a positive aspect of fighting, not a negative aspect. Positive aspect is, I am the divine, the whole world is divine, and it is my duty of life to see the divine everywhere through the situation where my prarabdha has put me as of now. I can outgrow that, but I should not run away from that. This is the essence of this. You can outgrow that. You will outgrow, because by constant thinking of the divine, you are removing the dirt from your vision. You are not seeing the divine everywhere because your vision is dirtied. The more you perform your duties for the sake of performing it, for the attitude of worshipfulness, your vision will be clearer and clearer, and then you migrate from this to that. But don't jump your classes. As it is commonly said, you can't be a research scholar without doing your graduation, without doing your master's. Here also, Sri Krishna concludes that carry on the way you are and you continue to improve your way of life, the way of your spiritual life. The next shloka, which I will not read today, just to introduce it to you, Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna listens. If that is so, dear Lord, atha kena prajuktoham papam charati purusha anichchana vibhashneya balati vaniyojita. Dear Lord, then tell me, if this is as clear as you explain it to me, then by what force, what happenings, that a man is forced to do things that he doesn't want to do, as if somebody has held him by his neck and make him do that. I understand what you say, but I'm unable to do that for you. Why so? Explain to me. That is where we stand, and that is what is happening to us. Thank you, dears. Thank you. Let us wait for our next class, and we'll study this shloka number 36. And this shloka 36 goes up to the end. The ideas incorporated here will complete the chapter. It's up to the 43rd shloka. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.